Are you ready to free your damn mind? Welcome, everybody, to the Noisy Fox stream. We free our minds, baby. We got a whole lot to talk about today. I've been wanting to do this stream for so long. I wanted to do it with a duo person, a co-host, but that's in the future. We got something coming up, y'all. Don't y'all worry. But I hope all y'all having a good ass day. My day has yet to start. It is just the beginning. Did my morning routine, and now I'm here, and then I'm about to go somewhere else. But the day will not end, because there is never any days ending. The days never end, at least for me. So I hope all y'all having a good ass day. We got something to talk about. Now, of course, all y'all who know, all my stories derive from my personal life. Everything that I talk about derives from my personal life, my personal experience, because that's all I can talk about. I cannot talk about someone else's experience. All I can talk about is my experience. And I'm going to go into why, for the people, it may seem like it's hard to get into a relationship, and why it may seem like for other people out there, no one likes them, or they don't know what they want, or why is it so hard for them, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter what position you are. This is a stream talking to all. Now, most of my content is directed towards the men, but I think this stream can be directed towards all. So let's get to it. Now, I want to go into a little story, a little experience I had at job. There was this guy. He's about 26 years old. 26-year-old guy working at a job at a hotel. He's a setup guy. Anyway, I'm there and I'm talking to this guy. He's 26. He lives with his mom and pop. He's never had a girlfriend before. And in my mind, I'm like, what in the fuck? What in the fuck? I've never, ever in my life have experienced someone like this. So I told him, hey, all right, you never had a girlfriend before? All right, we're gonna get you the confidence you need. We're gonna go to a bar and we're gonna train you. We're gonna talk to random females and we're gonna train you to learn how to be confident. And he said, well, I don't want to do that. I'm like, okay, in my mind, well, fuck it then. You want to stay the same? Screw it. And he tells me, I do want a family. And I'm like, how are you gonna have a family, but you don't want to talk to women? Doesn't even make sense. And he's like, well, I just want someone, who's a good relationship with me and can be my friend. I'm like, okay, well, what is a friend? He couldn't answer the question. He was stuttering. He was pausing. He was looking down and all that. From the moment he started speaking, I could tell that he was not intelligent in terms of what he was about to say. But I let him talk anyway. And he was just like going on and on about this. I'm like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. But I want to give a little insights into why it may seem like you guys are having trouble with relationships, or you guys are having trouble with attracting someone. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm gonna go into it. I've been in a couple relationships, and right now I'm in a spot where I don't believe that a relationship is the best way right now, because I am severely focusing on myself only. But I have to tell y'all as to understanding something about both genders. Now, this is going to be directed towards all, but I'm going to go into the men first. I'm going to direct it towards y'all, the boys, all right? Because brothers, we got to stick together. We got to stick together for real. Now, something I'm about to understand. In a relationship, you have to start to understand that it takes two to build each other up. In a relationship, as a man, when you go with a female, the female is looking for your resources. Okay? We have to understand this. And I'm going to go into a visualization about all this so that you guys can get a picture idea of what it is I'm talking about. In a relationship, a female wants your resources because the end goal for the female is to have a stable family so that she can have kids with her king. That's what it's supposed to be. And in this, she looks for the man to provide, to protect, take full responsibility for whatever it is. And as a man, you need to be able to facilitate these resources. You need to be resourceful. You need to be useful. This is what the woman is looking for. And when you are now looking at today's marketplace of the relationship marketplace, it is becoming extremely hard, especially for the man, to find mates. Now, why is this? Because what has happened was the women have been fed a narrative. Feminism, LGBT, alphabet community, gay shit, dyke shit, woman can be independent, all this shit. Now, you have to understand that when the female is given a program, oh, I don't need a man. Oh, man ain't shit. Oh, I can go with a female, and you know, it's the same. Oh, I can do this and that. I don't need a man. I can only be with female. When you give the narrative of this to a female, especially the young minds of the female, she's not going to know necessarily what to do. She's not going to necessarily know what's wrong or what's right, because in this world, whatever is wrong has become right, and whatever is wrong has become, or whatever is right has become wrong. So we have to understand that there was a whole lot of foolery going on. When you tell the woman, okay, it's okay, you don't need a man, you can be independent, especially when you have the court system that favors the woman more to take more from the man so that the woman can rely on the government. When you do this, now she starts having no faith in the man. When you start having no faith in the man, the only choice that the female can go for is her counterpart. So she looks for masculinity in females, which is actually impossible because females cannot be masculine. They can try and be, they can have any type of persona they want, they can try and fake it as much as they want, they can try and put on a penis whenever they want, they can try and have a dildo whenever they want, but they cannot be a man. You must understand that a female has a vaginal, a man has a pepe, all right? So we got to understand this. There's a big difference between them, and especially with this cross-dressing community with the transgender, you must understand that you cannot become the other gender biologically if you are born biologically as one gender. We don't seem to understand how simple this is, so I'm not going to go into it. I'm not even going to try and put it out there because people want to confuse shits, and that's okay, but I'm going to lay it down straight. Men, the reason why you are not in a relationship, one, it may be because you're just not ready. You're in your life and you're living, all right? You're living your life, you know, you're going to your job, you're doing whatever you need to do. You need to understand that you just may not be ready. Now, to be ready, that is all up to you to decide, but you got to understand that if you are not ready right now, you have to ask yourself, why are you not ready? And you also should start, if you are going through life and you don't know, first of all, how to have the confidence to talk to the other gender as a man, you don't know how to talk to the females, you need to find a way to start practicing. You need to understand that you will get rejected. Don't be afraid of rejection. Rejection is very important. Rejection has built me the confidence that I need to be able to talk to anybody. I don't give a damn if you say no, because at the end of the day, I'm still smiling. I still got to work out. I still got to come on a stream, so I got shit to do, so I don't give a shit. But if you have a problem with confidence, speaking to females as a man, you first should start there. You need to understand, and you need to ask yourself, you know, why am I not ready? Why are you not ready? And whatever that definition of ready is for you, You need to understand that. But you always should be working on yourself. 2, I'm just thinking of all this on the top of my head. I didn't plan this stuff out, okay? But I know there's some problems. 2, you're still looking for the perfect woman. I have a friend, he constantly, like, I just want to find my soulmate. I just want to find the woman who's right for me. I just want to settle down with the right woman. Look, bullshit, honestly. It's such bullshit. You can sit there all day in life trying to look for your soulmate. Whatever this definition of soulmate is to you, you can sit there all day trying to look for it. Now, you may find someone who's perfect for you, but understand, there is not just one person on this planet that is perfect for you. Impossible. And even if there was, out of all the billions and billions and billions of women, you're going to spend all your life trying to look for the one? Come on now. It's a waste of time. It's a fantasy. You need to understand that there is a population of women. Okay, there's a population of women. Not everyone is open for business. I want you to understand that. Not everyone is open for business. And the ones that are open for business, not everyone is good business. What do I mean by this? You're going to go through life and you are going to talk to women. You're going to go through life and you are going to flirt with women. You are going to go through life and you're going to meet different types of women. Different types of women are going to treat you differently. Different types of women are going to say no when you ask them out. That's why not everyone's open for business. Some will reject you. But the ones that are open for business, it may not be good business. For example, you may meet someone, you take them out to a dinner date, whatever, but they just don't have a good personality and you're just not attracted. They're not good business, and you're going to meet people like that. But you got to understand, this one secret thing that I have found to work so fantastically. 3, women need resources and you may not have it. This is another reason why you may not be in a relationship. You don't understand why females don't like you. You need to understand that females are looking for resources. If you don't know what I'm saying, read The Way of the Superior Man. Or rather, just look outside and look at all the examples of why women choose the men that they do. Now, I'm going to go into the females too, but I'm going to start with the men. You may not have the resources. Now, what do I mean by resources? Well, first of all, if you're not big and strong, if you don't have physical physique, if you're not blessed with physical physique, and you maybe don't know how to defend yourself in any physical condition, I suggest you start there. Start going to the gym, or rather not go to the gym, go out in your bedroom, do 100 push-ups, sit-ups, and squats every day and see the results. Like, do something to improve your physical physique. If you don't have it right now, I would suggest you start there. Once you start there and you start growing, you will start to see that the other gender treats you differently. Another thing, another way on how to get resources is money. Money is a fantastic resource for a man that female desires. Now, this is not a stream on how to get girls. Don't get that confused. This is a stream on why you may not have it easy in getting relationships. Okay? This is not a stream on how to get girls. This is not a stream on how to get guys. This is a stream on why it may be hard for you to be in a relationship. So for you as a man, you need resources. That is what the woman is trying to acquire. The woman's sole purpose, even if she can't have kids, is to have kids with her king. That is the woman's sole purpose in her subconscious mind. That is what she is thinking about. She is not looking for a king for her. She is looking for a king for her household. You need to understand that if you right now have a kid and your kid does not say, I want to be you, you should be on the ground doing 100 push-ups every day until you have that physical physique. You should be grinding every single day until you have the life or freedom that you want, whether it may be money, whether it may be your passion, whether it may be the house that you want, whether it may be the car you want, any fucking thing that you need. It's most likely going to need to require money. But if you don't have that, you need to understand that it's going to be hard getting relationships. You need to understand that women look for their kids. They're not looking for them. They give a shit about them, but not really. They give more shit about the family. They are looking for the family. So they want to understand and have a man that knows, okay, this is the man for my kids. This is the man that will lead my kids to greatness. This is the man that will lead my son to greatness. This is the man that will lead my daughter to greatness. This is what they are looking for. So you need to understand that you need to be resourceful. You need to have skills. You need to have physical physique. You need to have money. You need to have something. You cannot be broke or homeless on the street. No one likes that, all right? So you need to have resources. That is another reason why you're not being in a relationship. 4, you're awfully weird. All right, now this is something that I think a lot of people can relate. And it's okay to be weird, but I'm gonna go into a little suggestion. By weird, I mean you are trying too hard. What I have found is that the female doesn't like a man who tries so hard to get with them. And what I see a lot of guys do is they're constantly trying to be pressed for sex. Like, I gotta get the sex, gotta get the pussy, I gotta get her in bed. Oh my gosh. And when I look at this, I look at how vile. Like, why is that your only thing on your mind? You are thinking, oh my God, I gotta have the sex. I gotta get her in bed. I gotta think about, I want to kiss her at the movies. You're thinking about all of that, but you still are not physically talented, or rather physically showing that you have something. You still don't have resources. You're still sitting in your room doing nothing with your life. You're still doing all these things, and you still constantly think about the sex. Wrong thing to look at. You're trying too damn hard. You see, if you look at a female and all you think about, oh my God, I gotta have sex, if that is your only thought, you will find that that is the only way that you can see a female. And when you start seeing her that only way, then that's all you're gonna get. You're just gonna get sex and no more. What you want is someone who will stand by your side and support you in every way of your life, in every facet of your life, in every day of your life. You want support. You want someone who's so much in their feminine energy that they trust you enough to be able to support you. It's like air to a fire. You are the fire, she's the air. She's helping you build your oxygen level so that you can grow as a flame. That is a relationship. She supports you, you grow. That's how it's supposed to go. But when you are just constantly looking at her for sex, you're just constantly looking, okay, how can I take from her? If you are in a mindset where you constantly want to take from the female, then she's just going to take from you. You know what she's going to do? She's going to have sex with you, make you eject the soldiers, and you're going to end up more weaker and tired, because when you eject the soldiers and you let out your sperm, you're actually getting weaker. You think you're taking something from the female, but actually she's taking away your lifespan. Think about that. Your kids, your kiddos, your soldiers, your fighters, your legendary warriors inside of you is your lifespan. And the more and more you just give that out, you're wasting your time. And also you're trying too damn hard. So what I would say is, if you're in a relationship, or if you're having a hard time with a relationship, look at females a little differently. It helped me. That's what I tell all my friends. My friend, he was like, oh man, I want to talk to this girl, but then there's this other girl, she's so fine, bro, I just want to do this and all that. And then he's gone through 9 girlfriends. I've had, personally, now when I go into a relationship, I always make sure I keep them. I always make sure, because I'm just that type of person. Okay, I don't treat anyone poorly. I don't treat anyone with malice. I don't treat anyone badly. I always make sure to treat everyone with grace and the same respect that I require for myself. I always will treat the janitor and CEO same way. Always will, unless they change on how they respect me. Now, I've only had a couple relationships. Those relationships, I still am on good terms with. Now, I personally believe that this is a good way to go through life, because now you have less people who have malice intent towards you. But going through all those women in a relationship, and this is why I don't like the term ex. I don't really like the term ex, because I believe that every relationship you had, and you may not have the same relationship that you had before, I think it should still be on a good term. I think the word ex, or the term ex, kind of makes it bad. It just throws in something, oh, this person is not good, like this person is cut out of my life. Not necessarily. I personally don't believe that. You don't have to believe that, You guys can do whatever you want to do. But for me personally, that's just how I think. But he was like, yeah, I had all these girlfriends and I just want to sit down with someone and settle down for someone. I want to find the right one. And I'm like, well, do you still have a relationship with those people? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, well, there's your fucking issue. You have to start with yourself. I think that as a man, I think if you are a good person, you stick to your values, you don't treat anyone poorly, you stay a good person, you stick to your principles. I think that as a man, even if you don't talk to the female anymore, as long as you have that relationship where you didn't hurt her, you didn't try and lie to her, you didn't try and hurt her in any type of way, physically, mentally, or spiritually, I believe that that is still a good relationship to have. I don't believe in making bad paths. I don't believe that. I spread goodness wherever I go, and I always will. If you know me in person, you will know that the person I am here, the person I am in real life is always the same. But he said he had 9 girlfriends, you know. I just want the sex, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, well, you need to understand that you need to treat everyone the same way how you want to be treated. Just don't look at them as a person to have sex with. Instead, look at them as a friend. Now, I'm not talking about friend zone yourself. That is not what I'm talking about, because there is many ways to do that. There's many ways to friend zone yourself. But what I mean by as a friend, as it helps you to realize that this person is human just like me. Human just like me. As a man talking to a female. I told him, you know, treat her the same way how you would treat your friends. Now, not necessarily with the boys, but if you have girls that, you know, are your friends and you talk to, treat her the same way. You know, you're comfortable with her, be comfortable with her, compliment her, blah, 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 whatever you got to do. But don't look at her as like, gotta have sex. If that is your only goal, then that may be the only thing you acquire. That may be the only thing you acquire. So you have to be careful with that. Why is it so hard for you to get into relationships? 6, you have horrible friends. Get rid of your fucking friends that are horrible. This is a good way to test if your friends are good. If you have friends around you, and this is what I like to do. I call it, I don't really call it anything. It's just a test. This is how I test people around me. What I do is I make up some random thing that I want to do. It doesn't matter what I want to do. I'll say, oh, I want to start a business where I do a matchmaking company. Something ambitious, something that seems far-fetched, and I see how they react. If they have a subconscious good feeling, or they have a subconscious like motivating thing that they say, or their body language says, you know, hey, this guy should do it, says something positive to me, then I know that they are not going to put me down in terms of ambition. And usually that is a good indicator on how to know if your friends are good. Because honestly, people will be them, even if they're assholes, somewhat. If they don't put you down and build you up, honestly, I think the rest of it can just fix itself. Like if I have a friend and, you know, I come up to him with some ambitious idea. Hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and build myself up. And he's like, yeah, man, let's do it. Come on. Let's go to the gym every single day. Let's build ourselves up. If he's like that, and, you know, he's actually trying to build me up, I think all of the rest can be overlooked. Like, it really depends. Because there's a lot of people out there who sit there and do nothing, honestly, with their life. Sit there and fucking do nothing. You sit there and do nothing with your life and you expect everything to fall in your hands. To find someone who actually wants to motivate you to be better and actually is putting in the work to do the same, that is rare. So something like that, I would value as a friend. But if your friends do not do that and instead they say, oh, you ain't gonna do that shit, cut them off immediately. Cut them off so quick, you don't even remember their name. Because you got to understand that the people around you dictate who you are. So if your friends are assholes, then you're going to be an asshole. If your friends don't motivate you, then you're going to be unmotivated. If your friends are the type of friends that try and put you down in every single type of way, then that is gonna be the type of person that you are. So we got to understand that as men. Now let me go into the females real quick, and then after this I'm gonna go into a little visualization, because I like giving visualizations. For the females, why is it so hard for you to get into a relationship with the man? Number one, you don't know what fucking men want. Okay, this is one example of what men don't want. Men don't want you to be the type of female to go in a supermarket, start twerking, and want attention. We fucking men don't like that shit. It's whorish. It's vile. We don't want it. So if you think that going out to the party and dressing in a way that attracts the attention of every man, obviously you know what you're doing. If you're gonna wear some half dress, half looking thing that reveals you top, you obviously know what you're doing. Females do this shit. I see this shit. I used to hang around a guy, right? I used to hang around a guy, and his female would put on, because she had a very big chest, she would put on these things that, you know, you tie your thing around, and, you know, the tatas can show. And they were dating, and I used to say, oh my gosh, what the fuck? She obviously doesn't fucking respect him. We don't like that shit. Okay, so if you're the type of female to do that shit, you're gonna get treated like an object. Honestly. Hey, take responsibility for what's going on. You obviously want the attention, and then you don't want the attention that you are attracting. Kind of confusing here, but men, we don't want that shit. Okay, so as a woman, if you go around and portray yourself as an object, you want attention from other men, then it's going to be hard for you to get into an actual relationship. 2, you constantly talk about your past relationships. Guys, how many times have you been in a relationship and the female you're with is talking about her ex, bringing up her ex, blah blah blah? Guys, you guys can agree with me, that shit ain't cool. You guys know the deal. That shit is not cool. You guys know that. Females, we don't like that shit, okay? We don't like that shit. We don't care about your ex. Don't fucking bring him up. Okay, we don't want to hear that shit. That is one reason why you may not be still in a relationship. 3, females, you're looking for Prince Charming. Now, this comes from Disney. I believe this really comes from Disney. Ever since I was a kid, I would watch Shrek. God, I loved Shrek. Such a great movie. DreamWorks, fantastic job. Kudos to you. You had Princess Fiona. But what was the story of Princess Fiona? Oh my god, my Prince Charming is going to come save me from the castle and make me the happiest woman in all life. And I'm going to be bathed in riches and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to have a nice family, blah, blah, blah. The dream world. You sit there, you constantly looking for freaking Spider-Man, but Peter Parker's walking right past you. I don't know where I got that quote from, but it's not mine. Females will go around looking for their dream guy, their dream fantasy of the perfect guy, and realize that the one that they should go with is walking right past them. That song that goes like, I forget who it is. It's either Hannah Montana or Taylor Swift. The one that you've been looking for has been here the whole time. This song is so profound because it shows you the example of what it is that you should be looking for. Look around you. Just look around you. Woman, you got to understand that there is probably, most likely, there is someone that you call a best friend, or there's someone that you call such a good friend. There's someone probably like that. Now, I understand 100% as to why he may not be attractive to you. He may not be the one for you or whatever, but he treats you so well. And I understand that, you know, it may be kind of simpish, but you have to also understand the state of the men right now, we're in dire straits. We are being fed bullshit. We are being fed that we shouldn't go to the gym. We shouldn't improve ourselves. We should sit around and jack off the porn all the time. Then you have stuff like on Twitch where you have hot tubs and pool parties. Have you seen the views of those things? And it's mostly men. So you got to understand that we are being fed horrible programs. So we are not always at our best. But you got to understand that your power as a female and the power to support a man in his duties and in his progression to become better is so powerful. Let me give you an example. If you as a female, right, see two guys, right? One guy likes you, one guy is, trying to talk to you or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then the other guy, he's trying to talk to you too, But you are only one woman, so you can only have one choice. So you choose the guy that you deem is more attractive. But the other guy, he's going to be like, fuck. He's going to be mad. He's going to be like, damn it. Damn it, I wanted her. That will be enough to propel him to change. Or for example, if you have a relationship, as a man, you're with a female, and for some reason you broke up with him because he was whatever. You see countless stories where a guy will break up with a female and he goes to the gym and he comes out better. You see that. So you have so much power to help someone become the king that you desire. But you need to give the people around you a chance. Honestly, you have to look sometimes past the subconscious desire. Oh, I need a king. I need the Prince Charming. Oh, I need that top alpha. You need to understand that your whole life you may be looking for Spider-Man, but Peter Parker's already around you. You can give someone else a chance and build him up to be the alpha you desire, to be the king that you desire, to be the man that you desire. You can do this. You have the power. But a lot of females are not capable of that. This is why they end up in poor relationships. They want to look for the men that will hit them. They want to look for the men that will trash talk them because it's seen as alpha. Trash talking a woman is not seen as alpha. It's a scene of insecurity. When you as a man need to trash talk a female, it is a sign that you are weak yourself. But females mistaken this for confidence. Females mistaken this for alpha attributes. Females mistaken this for king vibes. Females mistaken this for strength. But you must understand, females, the people around you, the people who already treat you with grace, speaking for the men, the people around you that treat you well, although it may seem simpish to you, it don't matter. You need to understand that sometimes the people around you, while you're searching for Prince Charming, spending your whole fucking life fucking whoever, you gotta realize that Peter Parker may just be right in front of you. You're looking for Spider-Man, but Peter Parker's just right in fucking front of you. So you gotta understand that you're not looking around you. You're really just not looking around you. And that's another reason why you may not be in a relationship. 4, woman, you constantly post on Instagram sexual pictures of yourself that you know is going to get the attention of someone hitting your DMs, but you don't care anyway. Men don't like this. The only way you will attract men doing that is someone pulling in your DMs wanting to have sex with you. It's really what you're gonna attract. Now, you may attract someone who's good, actually a man, and will take care of you and all that. Depends on the value of your beauty. Yeah, you may, but you gotta understand that a lot of the times you're going to attract someone who just wants to have sex with you. So if you portray yourself in a way that is, again, back to the object, we live in a social media world now where a lot of women will portray themselves in these ways that just attracts attention. It's going to attract the attention you say you don't want, but you obviously fucking do want it. Let's just be honest. Women are confusing. So are men. We're all confusing, but we need to lay it straight. You need to lay it straight. Men, do you guys like women who put themselves out constantly in a sexual way? And what do I mean by this? It's okay to post whatever you want. It's okay. Females, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but I'm just trying to tell you the repercussions that may come with it. If you post yourself in a sexual way, this is in sexual poses, this is in topless clothing, whatever it may be. Now, I'm not saying bikini pics. If it's a bikini pic every single photo, or just done way too much, then yeah, that says something. That says you want attention from clearly the guy who just wants to have sex with you. That is why you are not in a relationship, because you are trying to attract someone who actually doesn't give a shit. You need to understand that. Men don't like this, okay? So you need to understand, you want a true man, be low key. Have photos of yourself on Instagram that show you in a positive way, not in a sexual way. You will attract more better vibes from this. Now, all of this is from the top of my head, okay? None of this is scripted, but I'm gonna go into the visualization. So y'all gotta understand something. But the man, I'm going to explain the most important thing that you need to understand in a relationship. The most important thing. I'm not a relationship expert, by the way, but I have gone through quite a bit of relationships. And my relationships last well. Okay, anyway, longest relationship I had was 5 years. And I still have been in contact. But now, oh wait, I didn't even plug it in. I didn't plug it in, I completely forgot. Not good. Let's plug this baby in. But we have to understand, man, I'm going to explain something to you. And I think this is the most important thing you must understand as to why you are not in a relationship. This is the most important thing, and I'm going to draw it out. This is the most important thing. I mentioned it, but I'm like fucking visualization in your head. Because obviously people are not understanding. Let's go to the whiteboard real quick. Let me make sure the vibes are playing, of course. Of course they are. The vibes are playing. We all good. Boom. Now, man, you guys know what you want. But do you? Do you actually know what you want? Do you actually know what type of female you like? Do you actually know these things? Because if you did, what would that woman look like? What would that person look like? That's a serious question for you. What would that person look like? So let's get into it. This is for the men, all right? This is the most important thing you need to understand as to why you are not in a relationship. The most important thing. Now, all of the other things I said were compliments to this, but I think this is the most important thing. So let's say we have you. Why is that so darn thick? Damn. Wait, where's my mouse? Okay, here we go. Boom. This is you. This is you, okay? Let's give you a name. Let's call it Mark. I don't fucking random common name. Anyway, we have Mark. Mark is your average guy, okay? He's not strong. He doesn't have any assets to his name. He can't really do stuff. You know, he works classic McDonald's job, going through high school, not through university school yet. Whatever the case may be. I don't know. Whatever your definition of the average man is. I don't know. Because this kind of doesn't apply to someone who's in university because they have some type of resourcefulness. But what I want people to understand is the most important thing. So why you're not in a relationship. You have nothing to offer. And I'm gonna give you a real world example of how I know this is what you need. This is what you need. It's not simple, but it's so important. It doesn't matter what it is, but if you have something to offer, I promise you, you will get more attention and you can decide what to do with that attention. For me, I'm gonna go into a little thing. I started to learn a language. As an American, my native language is not Spanish, obviously. This is a very simple thing, but you need to understand that you must have something to offer. I'm not saying learn a language, okay? It takes very, 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 very hard work and dedication to learn a language. But what I started to do when I learned another language is I started to speak that I know the other language. What I started to realize was that I got more attention. So I want to give an example of what happened in my real world. One time I was at job, and I'm at job at different places. I'm everywhere. I'm fucking everywhere. Noisy Fox is on planet Earth, planet Mars, Jupiter. And I was talking to this woman, or female. She was so cute. Oh Lord, she was fine. She wasn't a 10-10. Give her a 7.5. Anyway, she was cute. And I'm talking to her, and we're talking for about what, 30 minutes, probably even less. Now, I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to say anything. But what I am trying to say is an example as to why this is the most important thing. When I started to introduce the idea that I can speak Spanish, because first thing I wanted to ask her was if she spoke Spanish, because she looked like she was Spanish, because I'm always looking for people to practice with. I always want to talk to people. And she's like, can you? And I was like, yeah. And what I started to realize was that after I had something to offer that is hard, it shows that you have drive for hard work. It shows that you are a hardworking person. It shows that you can offer something. The drive to complete something is far more attractive than the person who has already completed it. If you have a drive to do something, and this something to offer is hard, then I think that is more attractive than someone who already has it and now has no more drive to complete anything. So anyway, I'm talking to her, you know, and then I learned she has a boyfriend. Instantly. Now my code is if someone has a boyfriend, I don't talk to them. That's my code personally. So what I do is I just stop talking to her. I'm not interested because I know me, I know my effect, and I'm not trying to go any further with this. But I know she has a boyfriend. But what I started to realize was because I have something to offer, and it's not just the language, okay? It's how I look, it's my physique, it's how I am, it's how I was dressed that day. It's a whole lot of factors, but what I'm saying is the point is you still have something, you need something to offer. She was trying to flirt with me, and I'm not saying this is regular flirting, like I don't have to give the details, but there was a whole lot of things going on. And although she had a boyfriend, so she says, it may not have actually been true. But although she has a boyfriend, she was saying all this shit to me. Like honestly, like I really was like, oh, what the fuck? I thought you had a boyfriend. Like, why are you talking to me like this? And it really opened my mind as to, hold on. I have things to offer. I'm a nice guy. Charming. And I'm all these things. So this is back to what is the most important thing I believe you need as a man. If you are not in a relationship, if you are having a hard time. If you do not have physical physique, you don't have muscles. I'm not saying you need to have big muscles. I'm not saying that. Okay, I'm not saying that. You need to have something. I'll give you another example. I was at job. I'm not going to talk about what I do, but what I do is around my space where I job at, there are females all the time, at least 4 to 5 all the time. One of them saw one of my coworkers. Now this guy took off his shirt and he was wearing a tank top because it was time to leave to go to job. Or not to go to job. They were going to go to a bar together and I was going to go home and work. That's what I got to do. I don't have time to go to a bar. He took off his tank top and the females all looked at him and they said, well, okay, muscles. Again, what does it go back to? What does it go back to? It's not about how you look. It's about what you can do. That's what we have to understand. This is why you still may not be in a relationship. Something to offer. When someone has muscles as a man, it shows that you can offer protection and strength. It's not the fact that you look good and you have all these abs that they look for. It's the opportunity that you can provide. Females are opportunists. I'm explaining y'all the secrets, y'all. Now, again, this is not how to get girls. This is the reason as to why you may not be in a relationship. Daniel Calejon. Hello, hello. Glad to see you in the chat. Today we talking about why it may be hard for you to get in a relationship. Now this is for men and females. So glad to see you in the chat. Hello, hello. Right now we are talking about a visualization of the most important thing I believe men need. Why it's so hard for you to get in a relationship. You need something to offer. Now, when the guy took off his shirt and he had the tank top on, this guy was muscular. And the female said, well, okay, muscles. And the way that they said it was in like a very accepting or like a very like, fuck yeah, like this guy's cool in that type of way. And as I analyze this, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. Are you a sort of relationship trainer? No, I am not. I am not. I said this in the beginning of the stream, so I want to put that disclaimer out again. I am not a relationship expert. I am Noisy Fox. I have a life. And I go through life and I experience a whole lot of things. And I want to give you some insight as to why things may be happening, especially in this stream. Why you may not be in a relationship. I'm trying to give you suggestions or advice. And as to why it may be there. It is my second time seeing you giving advices about it. Yes, I talk about this sometimes, but not all the time. Only when it comes up through life, I want to give some experiences and some insight. Sometimes I talk about this, but not all the time. You just happen to be around the second time I do it. I don't know how many times I talk about relationships, but I don't do it often. But it came up to me because a guy was like at my job. And he was like 26, you know, I'm obese, I'm fat. And no girls like me. And I said, okay, well, if no girls like you, we're going to go to a bar and we're going to talk to random females and we're going to train you in confidence, because that's what you need to do. You need to train in confidence. It's like, well, I don't want to do that. I'm like, okay, you're going to stay there and stay weak then. And you're not going to get any females. And he's like, well, I want to have a family. I'm like, well, you're not going to have a family if you don't want to talk to females. And I told him, you know, you need to build up your confidence. And this is one way on how to do it. And that's embrace rejection. One way on how to do it. But another reason why, and the most important reason why it's hard for people to get in a relationship, especially the men, is you have nothing to offer. And this guy in job, he's obese, so obviously he cannot offer protection. Females are going to look at that and be like, oh, I don't want him. So you must embrace having something to offer. It has nothing to do with how you look. Going to the gym, getting big, getting abs, being strong, it has nothing to do with what you look like. Females don't give a shit about what you look like, to be honest. What they give everything a shit about is about what you can offer. So when they see a big, strong man, they're like, in their mind, they're like, oh my God, he's a guy that can protect my kids. It's always about their kids. It's not about them. It's the most strangest thing. If you read The Way of the Superior Man, you will understand exactly what I mean. Females do not think in terms of them. They think for their kids. They're like, okay, this guy is obviously strong enough to protect my kids. That is another reason why you may not be in a relationship. Nowadays, girls are not so interested in men as it was in the past because they're independent. Exactly. And I went into that before. Exactly. And that is another thing that I was talking about in terms of on the female side as to why it's hard for them to get in a relationship. You know, females want to be so independent. But I used to be in construction, and every time in class, the females would complain, this is too hard. I can't do this. I can't lift up these rocks. Really? And now you're going to say you don't need men? Obviously we fucking do. Because who's going to do that if you don't want to do it? Fuck, of course, the men. When you're in trouble and there's a fire in your house, you don't call your friends that are females. You don't call them. You call the men. When you're in trouble in a gunfight, you don't call the females, you call the men. So we need to stop this bullshit about, oh, independent. We need each other. Okay, because a female makes a family, a man protects it. So that's why you call the men. You don't call the females. I'm not saying females can't do anything, but I'm saying you just don't do it. You call the men. So we need to understand, as an independent woman, we need to stop the bullshit. We really do need to stop the bullshit. But as a man, you must have something to offer. Now let's draw a little female. Car ponytail, shit like that. Let's draw some hair on Mark. Just a regular guy. Yeah, just a regular guy. Let's draw him a little nice thing. She got a little afro, or not an afro, ponytail. Blah blah. Maybe some bangs and shit like that. I don't fucking know. And then show her butt or whatever, and her fucking whatever. I'm just gonna stop there. Anyway, something to offer. Let's say this guy, right? He's an intelligent guy. He's traveled around the world. He's strong. He has a desire to make himself physically better. He's competent. He can learn. He has another language. I found that language makes you 10 times so much better. Like, I cannot stress how awesome language is. I'm not saying it's important, but if you believe that you need to learn another language, I suggest you learn it ASAP. And I recommend Pimsleur. If you want to learn another language, now this is from my personal experience. When I started to learn another language, the results started to be immense. It's crazy. I recommend this. If you want to learn a language, I recommend this app. $20 a month. It is absolutely godsend. It is the best app you can ever do to learn a language. Duolingo, Babbel, Memster, bullshit. This is the only app that teaches you how to actually learn a language. You want to learn a language? Start there. Get off Duo's trashy, Duolingo, poo-poo. Anyway, we have Mark. He has something to offer. This female's gonna look at him. He's like, oh, okay. He can do all these things. Well, then he must be able to help my family. This is how they think, y'all. Females think in terms of their kids, not for them. It's always about their kids. You don't understand what I'm saying? Read The Way of the Spirit Man. That book will change your life and your entire view on women. It's the only book I actually implement in my life 100% all the damn time. Anyway, she's gonna be looking at this guy. She's like, oh, he has all these things to offer. If you start to provide something for yourself and have something to offer, it will not be hard to get into a relationship. I guarantee you. If you are sitting in your room and you are not able to protect yourself physically, you start there. If you have that down, okay, but mentally you still don't have a skill, you still don't have something to do, start there. Have something to offer, and it will be 10 times easier for you to get into relationships. Now, whatever a good relationship is or a bad relationship to you, that's up to you. You have to figure out how to determine a good female or a bad female. That's all up to you. But like I said, you have to have something to offer. If you have nothing to offer, it will be extremely hard for you to get in relationships, because right now there are men out there who are able to lift so much and you cannot. There are men out there who can make so much money and you cannot. There are men out there who have the charisma and the ability to make other people laugh and you cannot. There is a lot of things you don't have that other people have. Work to your strengths, but everyone can get big and strong. Everyone. Start there. If you cannot, because you already probably are, start picking up skills. Start learning how to do things. This is your time. This is your chance. If you want to get into a relationship, start with your damn self. Start working on yourself. Stop focusing on a woman. Focus on your damn self. Because when you start focusing on yourself and you start building yourself up so much, you'll start realizing, hold on, I'm getting all this attention all of a sudden. I guarantee you, I'm not a relationship expert, but I am guaranteeing you, if you start picking up some way to make yourself valuable, you will start realizing unnecessary or very different attention. You will start getting attention. I guarantee you. Start with yourself. Build yourself up. Stop looking for women. Stop it. If you're having a hard time getting into a relationship, but you still don't have anything to offer, you should be like, screw that. Screw women. Why? It's all about you. Make yourself as legendary as possible. Then you'll start to see, she will be like, oh my God, okay, this guy can obviously protect my kids. Oh my God, he's something competent. I'm gonna talk to him. You'll start seeing that shit. I'm telling you from experience, this is what happened to me. I'm telling you. Now you have to be, you don't have to be so fucking competent. You just have to have really one up on someone. For example, if you are very scrawny, very twig-like, you don't have arms, you don't have nothing, someone who does have that will have one up on you. It's just how it is. But here's the interesting thing, and I find this very interesting. Physical prowess is respected very immensely, but mental prowess is respected even more. Let me give you all an example. All right, so we have this guy, big and strong. He has muscles for days. You know, he has those random calf muscles, six-pack abs, blah, blah, blah. Then we have female over here. Get rid of this name because it just makes things awkward. Yeah, he's nameless. He's Epic Dude. That's his name. It's Epic Dude. All right, anyway. This guy is big and strong. You're not. You're not. Big and strong, very muscular. She's gonna look at him initially, but then when she starts to figure out, oh, well, actually, you know, I'm a mechanic, or I'm a computer scientist. I make quite a lot of money. I'm also very smart. I can, you know, help fix your computer if you have a computer issue, or, you know, something. Or speaking another language. Oh my God, language makes you times 10. It really does. Anyway, if you have all these mental capabilities, you actually have a one-up on the guy that's physically strong. So what's going to happen is, if you have a very smart mind and a very capable mind, you will actually start to have a one-up. It's all about really competition. It's not really about making yourself the best and expecting everyone to come to you. It's about, are you the best in her eyes? That's what it's about. Are you the best in her eyes in this present moment? If there's someone who in her eyes is better than you, she will go for that. Women are opportunists, and we must understand this, because they are looking for their kids. They're looking for opportunity for their kids. They're not looking for themselves. They want to make sure that the man that they are with is the best man for their kids, the best choice for their kids. So when they see someone who's big and strong like that, they're obviously gonna go for them. But if you're very smart, you have so much mental capabilities, she's gonna go for you. But you gotta understand too, what if someone comes up who is big and strong and has has maybe the same mental capabilities? She's gonna go for him. So it's a constant, you have to constantly like upgrade yourself for you, and understand that one day you might have kids and your kids may say, damn, I don't want to be dad. If a child ever says that, you failed. But understand, your kids must say, you know, I want to be dad. I want to be like that. That's fucking cool. He's so cool. So you have to constantly upgrade yourself. Always. Now, woman, why may it be hard for you to get in a relationship? Okay, first of all, let me draw this out. This is the most important thing. Oh, I quit it. Fuck. This is the most important thing women need to understand. Which they won't. They fucking won't. Okay, this world is doomed. But I'm gonna say it anyway. The world is fucking doomed. But there's hope with you. It starts with you. It starts with, what are you going to do when you wake up? When you wake up, what is the first thing that you will do to improve yourself? It all starts with you. So let's say we have women, right? This is the most important thing, woman. Miss. I'm gonna piss off so many people here. Watch. I know I am. But I don't care. This is my stream. You don't like what I say? You have to bring it to me. Bring it to me. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk about it publicly on the stream. Because I know people who don't like what I say. I'm still here. Anyway, we have women right here. And we have dude. We got dude right here. Actually, no. Let's make him. Let's give him a little taller so he matches. Now let's give him some drip. He got some afro going on. Fucking shit. Got some hair going on. She got her ponytail. Let's draw the bangs. Some shit like that. Y'all like my drawing? Y'all love my drawings. Come on, don't lie. Y'all love my drawings. Anyway, I think this is the biggest problem with women and why it's so hard to find a relationship. What does that say, y'all? Ego. This is a combination of so many things. For me personally, I'm gonna speak to me. I'm gonna speak to me right now. For me personally, I don't like it when a female purposely tries to disrespect me. When a female purposely tries to up one me. When a female purposely tries to be more masculine than me. When a female purposely tries to act like she's one of the homies. The fuck are you doing? Get out of here with that shit. Nah, this is honestly coming all from this, because females are fed so much bullshit about this, alphabet commune. They're fed so much of this bullshit that a lot of females, there's so much delusion going on. It's crazy. I mean, if you have you I met this before. I met females one day at a job. Different job this time. I'm literally everywhere. I don't have one job. I have 50 million jobs. Anyway, I met this one female and we were moving this dish thing, this whole dish thing, and it was huge. It holds a whole lot of plates. And they called it the queen. And while I'm talking to them, I'm like, well, where's the king? And they're like, why the hell do we need a king? We don't need man. And in my mind, I'm like, my mind just fried. I could not compute what I was just hearing. He's like, and then I'm like, well, why would you not need a king? And she's like, well, we only need the queen, as it should be. And then some other female said, period. I'm like, oh. In my mind, I was fried. And this is all going back to the things I just listed. It's all going back to this ego bullshit. Females, if you are having a hard time going into a relationship, check your fucking ego. Men don't like it when you constantly want to tell us, oh, you ain't shit. You constantly want to belittle us. We don't like that shit. Stop it. We don't like it when you disrespect us. Stop it. We don't like it when you try and get with our friends. Stop it. We don't like it when you say, oh, you don't need men. We don't need you. Stop it. We don't like it when you post on Instagram for attention seeking. Stop it. We don't like it when we go out somewhere nice. I'm taking you somewhere nice, or, you know, the guys, the boys, we're taking you somewhere nice, and you want to dress in a way that expresses your body so that you can attract attention. Stop it. We don't like that bullshit. Now that's fucking level 1. We don't like that ego bullshit. We don't like you to think you're better than us, because honestly, we're not better than each other. You need to stop thinking that. Females, if you're in a hard time getting a relationship, check your ego. Check your ego. You are not better than us, and we are not better than you. We have two completely different roles. We are not the same, so how can we be compared? Stop the bullshit with the ego. I know this is gonna hurt some people's feelings, but I come up here and I deliver the blunt truth. I deliver the blunt truth, y'all. This is the most important reason as to why a female may not be in a relationship, because I see this bullshit so much. It was crazy. Crazy. That same female. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy how I know. It's simply just ego. A lot of them don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Same female, right? I was talking to her. I was flirting with her. She was cute. I like cute women. I like beautiful women. It's whatever. And she was like, well, I'm really thinking about, you know, talking to females. Like, I really don't want to talk to guys anymore. I'm like, why would you say that? And you know me, I was chilling. But I have my own way to do things. And she was talking about how she doesn't like men because men are constantly like not treating her well. It was so fucking weird. But later down the road, she comes to me and asks to chill with me. I never asked her anything because there was a point in time where I was just like, yeah, I'm so fucking tired. I don't have time. Literally just don't have time to talk to the other gender. I'm not trying to portray myself in any type of way. I'm not trying to say I get females. I'm not trying to say that. I'm giving you personal experiences from my life, and I'm trying to correlate it with why I believe females are not in a relationship and why it's so hard for females to get a relationship. It's this fucking ego, y'all. It's really this fucking ego. It's really this ego. So she was like, yeah, let's go somewhere and chill, blah, blah, blah. Now, I had no intention of doing any of that. I just didn't want to. So I humbly declined. But that is only because I'm here on a stream, baby. Free your minds, baby. We gotta free your mind, baby. I don't have time. I literally don't have time because, again, it goes back to that. Females want your resources. That is their goal. I know this. I know this. So if I'm going to be in a position where I have to provide, then I have to make sure I have enough. I have to make sure I have enough. I have to make sure I'm at my peak to have a family. And I believe this is important if you want quality relationships. I believe that. Personally, for me, I believe that. Maybe not everyone's going to believe that, but personally, for me, I believe that. But this is why females have such a hard time getting relationships. Okay, your ego, the bullshit, the things you've been told. You know, oh my God. There was this other female. I still know her. We're not going to talk about her name. She said, you know, I kinda am confused between whether I want to go out with girls or not. She went out with this female. She said she had a blast. You know, the female she went out with, she was masculine. Very masculine. And it's the most ironic thing. She wants to go out with females, but she goes out with a female that looks like a man, talks like a man, acts like a man. ¿Qué pasó? What? What? Let me draw something out so y'all fucking understand. Ego. It's this ego. Ego. And it goes back to that thing. I'm not trying to bash women here, by the way. I want to give the simple, blunt truth as to how I see it. I do not bash anybody. I have grace for everybody. I have love for everyone. I do not want to bash anybody, but I do have an opinion, and I'm going to explain it. This is what I believe, and this is what I'm going to stick to. I believe it's ego. Now, everybody on here, I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm not telling you what to think. You can decide for yourself the validity of what I say by going out in real life and seeing it. Real life will always teach you and test the validity of what people say, because there are so much people on the internet saying so much bullshit. There are so much people on the internet saying so much things. Sometimes you don't know what's true. If you ever want to test anything of what someone says on the internet, go out in real life and fucking do it. I promise you, you will get your answers in real life. Always. There will never be a time when nature will not teach you. Always will be an answer. Always will be an answer outside of the damn internet. Always go out in real life and do it. I agree that some people may say a lot of things. Now, I am one of those people. I say quite a bit of things. I do have a mouth and I do have a message to spread. All of the things are true from my experience, but I cannot say that they are universally true and everything will work for every single person. But what I am going to say is that if you are going to listen to anybody, do not just listen to the person, listen to the message and then try it out. Every single thing that someone says can only be based on their own experience. So you must understand that and test it out yourself and see if it works for your experiences. But this is what I believe. It's ego. Ego. So the woman, you really need to understand that you need to stop and understand the programming that's going on. Stop the bullshit. You need men. We need women. You're not... Stop myself for a second. Don't want to upset the wrong people. But it's so hard to say it without it. But let's leave it at that. Ego, though, we need to stop that. So, woman, that is a reason why, the biggest reason you're not in a relationship. You need to fix that. You need to fix your ego. And man, I already explained why you're not in a relationship. You need something to offer. Okay? Just because you're so pretty and you're so beautiful doesn't mean you're always going to get accepted. There will be a time when some man who's valuable enough to himself and treats himself well will maybe reject you. And you need to understand that. Don't let your ego say he's not shit, or I don't need fucking man, or I'm independent, blah blah blah. Bullshit. You need men. It's back to that analogy where I was in construction. I used to be in construction, and I was in school one day for it, and the female said, "Oh, I can't do this, too much rocks, too much rocks, too much rocks." Complaining about work. Prime example is why we need men. One day everyone won't understand that. One day, maybe that day is not today, but one day it will come. But what we need to do is we need to resurrect the men born from the ashes, and we need to bring them back. Bring them back. Men, we need you. We all need each other. We need to stick together, brothers. We must not falter. Because one day there will come a time when you have a child, and your child will either say, you know what, I want to be like you, Dad. Or he will say, you know what, I don't want to be like you. And I guarantee you that will fucking upset you. I know a guy, he's 22, my age. He has a son and a daughter. He does everything he can to make sure he's the best father for his kids. Do you think that for 1 second, if you had a child, you would want your child to say, you know, I don't want to be you? You don't want that. So become amazing. What are you going to do when you wake up? I hope it's to improve yourself. Realize that everyone in the stream, I'm not sure how many people are in the stream, but for all the men, for all the people in the stream, what are you going to do tomorrow to improve yourself? I guarantee you there are others in the same mission. I'm on the same mission. You're not alone. You're not alone. You can do it. And I don't want to sound like the rest of the people that say you can do it. No, I'm trying to tell you that you are not alone, that you can get up tomorrow, improve yourself. The next day, improve yourself. Today, improve yourself. Every single day, improve yourself as much as you can. Wake up, think about improvement. How can I improve myself? And just keep doing it, because you really do need to. We need to resurrect the men burned from the ashes. We need to bring him back. We need to bring him back. That's what I want to say. Why it's hard for you to get into a relationship. I hope all you guys enjoyed. I hope all you guys gained some insight from this. Hope you guys gain an idea of what you to do. And I recommend everyone read this book. Females too. If you're in a relationship as a female and you want to understand more about your man, look at this. Or even yourself. Everyone read this book. It is the best fucking book on the planet for understanding women, and the best book on the planet for women understanding men desire. Read that book. Everyone read that book. I recommend it 1 to 3 times. Everyone read that book. It's so absolutely fantastic book. It talks about spiritual enlightenment in terms of healing yourself with your sperm, not jacking off and just letting out the soldiers. It talks about having sex but keeping in the reserve, the sperm reserve. We don't want to let the soldiers run free. We want them inside healing, baby. It talks about what women desire. It talks about what men desire. It talks about so much things. Everyone should read that book. But with that being said, I'm gonna sign off. So I hope all y'all gain some insight. I hope all y'all guys continue to improve yourself. And I will see you in the next stream. Noisy Fox out. Peace.